On a Tuesday morning, the world awoke not to birds or traffic, but to a digital roar. Every screen blaring unidentified signal detected from deep space. News headlines pulsed with hope and fear. Was this the sign we'd been waiting for? In NASA's control rooms and XAI's server farms, a revolution was brewing. A faint, structured signal had been intercepted from Comet 3I Atlas, unlike any cosmic noise before. This wasn't random static or a pulsar's beat. It was deliberate, organized, and impossible to ignore. For decades, we've listened for a sign that we're not alone. On this day, the universe seemed to answer. Scientists pored over petabytes of data, finding a repeating sequence buried in the radio noise. The first to spot it felt a chill. This could change everything we know about our place in the cosmos. The implications were staggering, touching science, religion, and politics. Elon Musk's AI, Grok, played a key role in untangling the signal structure. The world was gripped by a single question. Are we alone? The signal from 3I Atlas was no longer just a curiosity. It was a global event. The age-old question had become breaking news. Comet 3I Atlas was once just another icy traveler, catalogued and mostly ignored. But as it passed through a certain region of space, radio data from the comet began to show strange, persistent irregularities. At first, these were dismissed as noise or interference from Earth. But a few researchers noticed a pattern, a faint, repeating rhythm. The MIT Haystack Observatory took the anomaly seriously, using powerful correlators to sift through the data. The radio bursts were synchronized with the comet's rotation, a major clue. Unlike pulsars, comets aren't supposed to emit such signals. The whispers grew louder as more observatories confirmed the findings. The signal was weak but complex, containing layers of information far too sophisticated for a natural phenomenon. Scientists were baffled. This wasn't just cosmic noise, it was a message waiting to be heard. The world's attention shifted. Was this a deliberate transmission? The whispers of 3I Atlas had become impossible to ignore. Enter Grok, XAI's powerful analytical engine. While human scientists combed through fragments, Grok devoured the entire dataset. It filtered out known cosmic and terrestrial noise, cross-referencing every natural radio phenomenon. The signal's signature was unique, neither pulsar, quasar, nor magnetar. Grok broke down the pulses, uncovering prime numbers and Fibonacci-like sequences, hallmarks of intelligence. The odds of a natural process creating such a pattern were astronomically low. Grok's conclusion: the signal was consistent with an artificial source. The story exploded. AI had found a clue that could change the world. Grok hadn't translated the message, but it had revealed its profound, structured nature. The digital detective had cracked open a cosmic mystery. Humanity was left to grapple with what it meant. Scientists weren't scanning the radio spectrum at random. They focused on 1420 MHz, the hydrogen line. This frequency is a universal constant, a logical place for interstellar communication. SETI calls it the cosmic water cooler, a meeting point for intelligent life. The fact that the 3I Atlas signal was detected precisely here was no coincidence. The MIT team used advanced algorithms to search for artificial patterns in the data. At first, results were buried in noise, but as they refined their methods, a structured signal emerged. The process was painstaking, accounting for Doppler shifts and interference. Every natural explanation was ruled out. The signal was real, coming from the comet, and sitting on the most logical frequency for a message. The cosmic post office had delivered a letter. With the signal confirmed, scientists faced a choice: respond or remain silent. A bold team used Arecibo's transmitter to send a simple message, prime numbers, back to 3I Atlas. It was a digital knock, a sign of intelligence. The world waited, breath held. Then, after the expected delay, a reply arrived. Not a simple echo, but a modified, more complex version of our message. The response embedded our prime numbers within a richer structure, as if we'd sent a word and received a paragraph. The new signal was stronger, clearer, and unmistakably intelligent. The lab erupted. Contact had been made. The echo repeated our message, but added new, intricate patterns. Scientists were ecstatic and unsettled. The simple pulse had returned as a symphony of information. The task now decipher what it meant. The conversation had begun. Humanity had knocked, and the cosmos had answered. The world would never be the same. After the intelligent echo, the signal vanished. The hydrogen line fell silent. Only cosmic background hiss remained. It was as if a door had opened, then slammed shut. Scientists scrambled for answers. Had the source moved, or was the silence deliberate? The single reply became a Rosetta Stone, analyzed by teams worldwide. Weeks passed. The comet drifted away. The world's excitement faded into anxiety. Then the signal returned, stronger, more stable, on a slightly different frequency. This time, it was a continuous, repeating loop of complex data. The silence had been a test, the return a declaration. Nature doesn't repeat complex messages on a loop. Now, scientists had a constant stream to analyze, a message from the stars, playing over and over. The quest to decode it became humanity's greatest scientific challenge. As the signal's story spread, NASA stepped into the spotlight. In a global press conference, they confirmed the detection but stopped short of declaring first contact. They urged patience, emphasizing the need for extraordinary evidence. Officially, the signal was an anomaly, possibly a new natural phenomenon. Behind the scenes, many scientists were convinced it was artificial, but the implications were staggering. The scientific community split, believers in first contact versus cautious skeptics. NASA's caution was a necessary break on runaway speculation. The world was divided: natural phenomenon or first contact. Some argued for exotic physics, a comet maser perhaps, creating complex signals. They pointed to history. Pulsars were once thought to be alien, but proved natural. Skeptics demanded more data before rewriting the textbooks. Others insisted the evidence was overwhelming. The hydrogen line, mathematical patterns, intelligent response, and repeating broadcast. To them, a natural explanation was more far-fetched than alien intelligence. The burden of proof had shifted. Skeptics now had to explain the signal's properties. Every natural model failed to account for all the facts. The debate was philosophical as much as scientific. Was it easier to believe in new physics, or that we're not alone? The cosmos had forced us to confront our assumptions. The 3I Atlas signal became a story about proof itself. What does it take to accept something so monumental? The repeating broadcast was a constant reminder of the mystery. The signal was either the most complex natural phenomenon ever, or the first chapter of a new human story. Science demands skepticism, but also open-mindedness. The signal sits on a knife's edge, a cosmic Rorschach test. Whatever the answer, the journey to find it has just begun.